I may be well overdue and late for the party, so to speak. But that said, I think it's time I called Mars Girl, Monica, and Jamie out for what they are. Nothing but overkill Karens. Now, what is a Karen in terms of social lingo? What is a Karen? According to NPR.org, shorthand for a woman who, again, is usually white, convinced her way is the right way, whether it's about charcoal grilling in the park, seeing non-white people behavior, or demanding to speak to a manager or higher authority who can get what that can get her what she wants. The kind of person who posts on Nextdoor about a suspicious-looking person walking around her neighborhood, or demands to be let into a grocery store without wearing a mask. Of course, there were Beckys before this, these young white women who are entitled as Karens, if not worse, but significantly more cheerful. Becky wants the black girls in the homecoming court so she can straighten their hair for the official photos so we all look nice, quote unquote. She might know a couple of black folk who make assumptions about the entire culture based on narrow experience. She can't be racist because she's gone with a couple of black guys. Essentially, a Becky is a sorority sister who will go along to get along. Skin tone, they're just not the right kind of person. Karens, on the other hand, are basically full blown racists across the board. And before those there were Miss Anns, which go back to the Civil War, who considered themselves better than the best people of alternative skin colors. I would use blacks, but lately you could say this can go Becky's, Miss Ann's, Becky's, and Karen's can go all across the skin tone spectrum, so to speak. It doesn't matter what your skin tone, they'll lash out at you. But essentially, these are women who are usually white women who are spoiled and entitled. Hi, Evie. And don't give a damn about people's opinions. They will demand, and in some cases, threaten others to get what they want, or use torturous methods to get their way. And this is something that has spread throughout media long before the whole Vic Mignogna fiasco. Would you agree with me on that, Evie? And as Vic mentioned last Saturday night in regards to Monica, how could she say any of the crap she claims he's done when he's never met or interacted with her? That is the ultimate version of a Karen. Evie, you could have just gone up to her and punch her. To hell with chivalry. Punch her in the fucking mush. You know the old cliche, chivalry is dead. Regardless, Mars Girl is a full blown Karen. Just not as old as Monica or Jamie are. She's around my age, mid to late 30s, where Monica and Jamie are in their mid to late 40s. This would put them more in the lines with a current Karen, while Mars Girl borders between a Becky and a Karen. And this sort of thing that cosplay conventions bend the knees to these bitches is sickening. Even though one of the allegations Mars Girl threw out at Vic is true. Is that just a he showed remorse for it, openly apologized about it, and did it with sincerity. Damon, on the other hand, just left a tweet about it. The companies who get signaled out for this crap, they just leave tweets and basically corporate apologies about it. I can understand that. Karens should call themselves cancer. Because as far as I'm concerned, they are the nucleus of a problem that needs to be cut away. Kaylin, Mars Girl, whatever the fuck you want to call yourself, or Arms Girl, as many of the I Stand with Vickers call you, I see you haven't answered my challenge yet. Pop up at whatever con I plan to go to in 2023. Submit to a polygraph test in revolving around the case, a lie detector test. If you get caught in one fucking lie, just one, then let's just say the Risen Bull Rangers get a chance to get even with you. Because we don't want to know how you're lying. No one's paying attention to you these days. Outside of when you post your smearing on Vic, and even then you don't get a lot of thumbs ups and likes on your Twitter and TikTok and Instagram accounts. I mean, I could trace your Karen issue back to your days at Channel Awesome, back when it was called That Guy with the Glasses. Case in point, what you did to drive out the critic formerly known as Hope Chapman, FKA the Yesu Otaku. You drove her out because you didn't like the fact that she was very he was very entertaining, funny, as well as informative in her sketches when she did anime reviews. You, on the other hand, were just a dull, boring ass Professor Bins. Someone who put people to sleep with her overly informative reviews and unfunny in, in quips. Quips that had little to nothing to do with the topic. At least when Jacob, when was still known as Hope, she loved many of the videos she posted when he was still a she entertained me, and she came across as honest to a fault with the titles she reviewed. and did her reviews in the proper atmosphere relating to the title she was reviewing. You, on the other hand, are the same dull, overly informative, monotonous voice. Always have been and always will be. Fast forward to 2014. Everyone lionized Justin Carmichael, Jew Wario, after taking her life. Just vote for the guy who's going up against Holchel, Evie. Maybe once that bitch is out of office, you could get the police force to stand up for what's right again. Or wait until Trump gets back in power and begins a manhunt for every one of these political leftist politicians posing as advocates for the people. I'm getting off track. Monica and Jamie are basically the same way. With how, like with Mars Girl, they've been demanding and in many cases threatening cons to not let Vic back in. That's torturous interference of contracts. Tell me, Monica, how would you feel if yours and Vic's roles were reversed? How would you feel if you were the one accused of grooming and pedophilia and got fired after a kangaroo court investigation? How would you feel if it was Vic? And these are straight up hypotheticals, not facts. Was the one who was torturously interfering with your contracts. You'd hate it, wouldn't you? You'd probably do the same thing he's doing now with the Anime Matsuri studio. And it eats you up inside that he's still in the game in one way or another. The same thing with Jamie, although she at least knows when to duck out, say for the podcasts. You three are just nothing more than rotten eggs in the same fucking basket. A basket full of Karens. You're in there with the likes of Hillary Clinton, Maxine Waters, Nancy Pelosi, Amber Heard, Alexandria Ocasio Cortez, Liz Cheney. That's all you are. You're not champions of the people. You're just murderers, career killers. Nothing more than spoiled little children who don't have anything better to do with your fucking lives other than to belittle those who go against you, threaten those who want to bring in those you despise to keep them out, and basically be nothing but a bunch of greedy, wanton, gluttonous, spiteful, jealous little whores. That's all you are. Nothing more, nothing less. Good move, Evie. Good move. As far as I go, I stand with Vic now, then, and forever. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. That I stick up for this man who's been wronged at every turn for the last 3.5 years. To be honest, I don't see him getting justice until 2025. Why do I say until 2025? Easy. After the Congress gets flipped in a couple of weeks, and then the new Congress folk get sworn in January of 2023, we're going to get massive amounts of investigations. Most of them are going to be into COVID, the Hunter Biden laptop, voter fraud, yada, yada, yada. Massive hypotheticals, but I'm just making a point. Then a year later, Trump will go back into office after he crushes Biden in a straight up election. Now, granted, whether the investigations are done by Congress or the trials are done by the military, at this point, I'd rather have the trials done by the military because this is the only way forward. Because let's face it, the court system in D.C. is crooked if you go by the Durham trials that have happened and two small fries that have gotten off the hook because the FBI has bought off the jury. That being said, and once Trump's back in office, what's he going to do? He's going to go after every corporation that has funded domestic terrorists and political leftist ideology. And this includes Crunchyroll. And Mr. President and Mr. Trump, I'd like to make a request of you if you do this. Shut Crunchyroll down. Round up every leftist, lock them up, and throw away the fucking key. The mainstream media narratives are dying. No one's tuning into the mainstream news anymore. They're going underground for their data. I've gone underground for my info for the last 3 years. And for the last 6 or 7 years. At the end of the day, the clock's ticking. And for this nation, for the planet. Who knows how things will play out in the coming weeks and months? Who knows? Leave a comment, smash a like, and smash the like button and sub to the channel. That's 2128 signing out. Goodbye. Good night. Bang.